Hi, how's it going? Oh, the hair's coming back. The bald spot isn't as pronounced. In fact, I think that's growing here. So much for the electronic weapons, huh? So, I just wanted to come online to talk to you guys today. I did say that I was going to talk to you about the police visit that happened last week. It was last week, Thursday, that it happened. So, what happened was the police came over to discuss the whole like period blood in the vial rumor, and they came to the door. First of all, they came to the door, and I wanted them to take their shoes off before they enter the flat, because like I got really tired of people taking, fucking walking around my flat with their shoes, right? So I said, like, you can go ahead and take your shoes off. Then the police officers are like, no, we're not taking our shoes off. I'm like, cool. So we go downstairs and we talk outside. Now, I am kind of a loud talker when I get passionate. So basically, I told them everything that's gone on. Well, not everything, but I told them that about the most important parts of what was going on. And I said, as much as a lot of what I've reported should have been treated as criminal, at the moment, all I want is for Brighton Independent Media Service to come and handle things. That's all I want. All I want is a mediation service. And technically, the only reason I want the mediation service is so that I can actually like see them face to face and be like, we all know what you've been doing. We all know who you've been doing it for. And also we all know that you're not the only neighbors doing this. So I wanted to actually sit in front of them and tell them exactly what I know they've been doing. So that not only do they know that shockwaves are sent throughout the entire neighborhood. I did that shit on purpose, right? And, that's exactly why I wanted BIMs, because I wanted gang stalkers to know exactly how much trouble they're in and exactly how powerful I fucking am, if they didn't already know. So that's what I let the police know. I didn't say the reasons. I said the police are like, I actually told the police straight up. I said, look, if you've got that much of a problem with me, square up, but don't do this for 2.5 years. You know what I mean? I was honest. I said, if you want to square up, square up. If you want to fight, fight. But don't do this for 2.5 years. So they accepted it, and they went to see the neighbors. I didn't think the neighbors would be in. So that's one way they confounded expectations. The second thing is they went around the corner to talk to her. They kind of went like around the corner, like roughly where my bathroom is, to talk to her. And she said to them essentially, oh, like that she's agreed to the mediation, that she just wants to be friends. And I'm like, I don't know about friends, boy, but civil is fine. Apparently it was supposed to upset me or something, and it was supposed to like get a certain reaction out of me. I'm not being very clear, but apparently when she cried, waved the white flag and said, I just want peace and I just want to be friends and this, that, and the third, I think I was meant to be angry by that. But it's like I explained in the last video, perps do shit like this all the time. When I'm basically like a juggernaut of fucking aggression, like a juggernaut of facts, and like when I'm just doing this shit, that's when they try to disarm me and they try to say, oh, I'm sorry. Like they do this all the time. They do it all the time. So it's not a new thing. So that's why I wasn't surprised, and I wasn't shaken by it, because that's what they do all the time. Every time that their aggression doesn't work, and my aggression surpasses the gang stalkers, and my strategy outplays the gang stalkers, that's what they do. They go, they retreat back into apologizing, and then they go back to doing more noise pollution. And there are some neighbors outside who have done a bit of noise pollution too. Like, do you understand what I mean? It's like they do that all the time. They always like act conciliatory, try to lull me into a false sense of security, and then do the whole noise pollution thing anyway, like just continue to do it. to kind of inspire some kind of powerlessness in me. But this is the thing about it now. This apology, subtle harassment cycle, it's been done before. It's been done before. And I have outplayed gang stalkers with lousier hands than this one. There's nothing that they could say to me and nothing that they could do to me to make me give up on speaking the truth and make me give up on speaking out against gang stalking. There's nothing they can do. There's nothing anyone can do. Especially now that my mum's dead and now my grandfather's dead. The shit that I know that I haven't said. Listen, I talked about my mum being murdered. The only reason why I'm keeping my mouth shut about my grandfather is out of respect for my family. Because I didn't know him like that. So I'm not going to talk on his behalf when I don't know nothing about him like that. I can speak about my mum because not only did I know my mum was on my side. When I was being sectioned, she was one of the people who argued for a case for me to be released from the sectioning. It was her. She was one of the people. She was one of the people who got me out of sectioning. So that's why I speak up for my mum now. That's why I speak the truth about the fact that she was murdered, and she was murdered. Because they do this all the time. Every time I'm getting a little bit too confident, they attack my mother. Only this year, it would be the last time they would ever attack her again. They can't rely on that anymore. They can't rely on that anymore. So, you know. But when it comes to my grandfather, baby, the shit that I know. The shit that I fucking know. These people fucking around with me have no idea how much they are on the wrong side of history and how many people they've helped to kill. So this whole exercise of apologizing, then doing the noise pollution bit, then like, give it up. You are on the wrong side of history and you will get yourselves killed. And it's not even about fucking with me. Fucking with me is bad enough. But it's not even about that. Because at the end of the day, right, if somebody doesn't like you, then they just don't like you. And they're going to do what they're going to do regardless of the consequences to them. But boy, they have no idea how bad the shit is. They have no idea. And they're still doing the same cycle shit. They're still doing the same shit. And when the time comes, I've been teasing it, but when the time comes, I will start speaking about bigger organizations that I know have had people involved in the gang stalking. I will speak about that because this is what people don't understand about gang stalking. It's not just about one person. It is never just about one person. This is specifically an attack on the fringes. It's a systemic, no, it's not systemic. It's a systematic destruction of fringe communities and marginalized communities through their most vulnerable people. White working class, black folk, brown folk, you know, people who are indigenous, you know, it's a systematic destruction of marginalized communities through their misfits. That's basically what this is. And if the people who are being targeted belong to asset rich but cash poor families, so much the better, because it's a way to annex their resources. But trust me when I say, as a TI, you see saboteurs in anti-war movements. You see saboteurs in community spaces. People who think that all they're doing is keeping me out, when really they're contributing to the systematic destruction of their own communities. I don't care why they did it. I don't give a fuck. Their feelings don't matter. What matters is what they're doing and what it contributes to. When the time is right, I'll start talking about bigger organizations. And it's not out of revenge. It's not out of hurt. It's just business. It's just business. If gang stalking is affecting my money, and gang stalking is affecting my ability to try to get out of benefits and to actually make a living for myself, if gang stalking is affecting that and is attempting to contribute to worsening health and my cortisol levels, then who comes first, the community or me? It's got to be me. It's not a personal thing. It really isn't. But when the time is right, I'll reveal more about bigger organizations and their part in gang stalking and their part in the sabotage, the systemic sabotage of fringe and marginalized communities through their gang stalking of me. And I severely doubt I'm the only one being gang stalked in Brighton. I'm sure there are other people being gang stalked in Brighton, other black people as well. But we just don't know about it yet. But when the time is right, I will speak on it. When that happens, there will be attempts of, trying to get me sectioned again or psychiatric thing. This is the thing, right? What I've learned is that as much as I like hot food, some things are best served cold. You feel me? Some things are best served cold. So let them do what they need to do. I'm going to do what I need to do. I've enjoyed heaven for a while. I've enjoyed fellowship. I've enjoyed the thrill of being in a new environment, And I don't think it's a bug that I'll ever truly be rid of. You feel me? But no, now's the time to get to work. 4 years in, it's time to get to work. And I cannot be reliant on other people's approval in order to do what I need to do. Okay. So, to recap, the police came here to visit. I had them downstairs. I talked rather loudly about everything that was going on because, let's face it, these neighbours are not the only ones involved, right? And I spoke to the police very candidly about, how blood is used in magic and things like that. And truth be told, I've talked about, blood in magic before. But the one thing I didn't actually tell you is that it's forbidden to use it for a reason. Because once you add your DNA to the mix, you're making a huge bargain with something. And that bargain has to be paid. So, I told them that it's actually forbidden to do that. So the fact that this person is going around talking about blood when they have no idea what they're talking about is just ridiculous, first of all. Second of all, it proves that they've been watching my social media. The same social media that's got all their crimes on it. And it's got their reports on it. And not just their crimes, it's also got the crimes of previous neighborhoods and what they've committed against me. It's even got some stuff that I've done on those YouTubes. And this is how desperate they are to cover up their own shit. They will report my YouTube channel, even though my own YouTube channel has got evidence against me on it. That's how desperate they are to stop the truth getting out. That's how desperate they are. So these people getting information from my social media when they don't know what the hell they're talking about, that same social media has got evidence of their crimes on it. They've just outed themselves. So basically, that's what I told the police as well. I told the police that. You've seen videos of that. You've seen videos of me telling them this because they've basically outed themselves as, yes, this gang stalking is real. And not only is it real, we've gotten other people in the community involved. So now there's there's conclusive proof that not only are these neighbors stalking me, but it's other people around. It's other people around this community. It's other people around this village of Waddingdean. And like I said before, I guarantee you, there are saboteurs in every single activist movement. Everything that you're a part of, there's saboteurs there. If you're a TI, it doesn't matter what protest you go to, you're gonna see a gang stalker there. And if a gang stalker's there, their job is not just to watch you. That's not their only job. Their job is to also sabotage or observe fringe movements as well. And they observe the fringe movements through the misfits. It's reconnaissance as well as trafficking. So, when the time is right, I'll reveal more information. And bear in mind that a lot of the people involved in my gang stalking have already contributed to 2 of my family members getting killed. So the gloves are off. I'm just waiting for the inevitable double cross. And then I'm going to start talking. Like I said, what I know about my grandfather, boy, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say that much. There's a lot of corruption going on in this country. And the gang stalkers are at the forefront of that corruption. People are dying because of them. I did not make much sense in this video. I apologize. Everything's just garbled. But that's what happens when you have a lot happening to you and you have to tell the truth about it. It's just like, just garbled. But yeah. Oh yeah, I've got a reading coming up. I'm probably going to do it tomorrow. Got the new moon. No, it's not the new moon. It is the last quarter moon in Ashwini. That's going to be on Empress Justice Tarot. When it comes to the carnival, I'm supposed to be at the carnival on the 27th, but we'll see how that pans out. We'll see how that pans out. I'm supposed to be there, and I'll keep announcing it until I hear otherwise. But yes. And as I said before, there are 10% off all readings, tarot readings, throughout July. And you better get them. You better get it quick because August is around the corner. You know what I mean? So there are 10% off all online readings throughout the whole of July. And I am adding magical services from August onwards. There are going to be additional services further on in the future, by the way. It's already been arranged. It's already in hand. But there are going to be further services on offer in the future. And yeah, that's about it. So what else have I got to say? I think that's it. August is going to be a bit tricky because Lionsgate is coming up, and I really want to cover that, but my August is going to be quite busy. Let's see what happens though. So I gotta go now. Peace and blessings, everybody. I'm going to watch this video back. If I feel like I haven't explained things very well, then I will just post whatever evidence I've got online and let that speak for itself. Right now, I'm not posting the evidence because it's actually on my phone and I'm recording it on my phone. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Peace and blessings. I love you guys so much. Bye-bye, my darlings.